I am a female nightclub security guard who had to remove a famous athlete -6 months later. He saved me from losing everything. I am a 5'20" female bouncer at Miami's most exclusive club. When I escorted out a drunk and tow star who tried to fight our bartender, his entourage threatened my job. Last month he recognized me working as a hospital janitor after I lost everything in a hurricane. What happened next changed my life forever. Most people do a double take when I tell them I work security at Voltage, Miami's celebrity hotspot at 5'2" and 130 pounds. I don't fit the bouncer stereotype, but 7 years of affair training and a psychology degree make me better at diffusing situations than most muscle-bound guys who escalate problems. Last December, we had a particularly chaotic night when Miami won the championship game. The club was packed with athletes and alcohol was flowing dangerously fast. Around 2 a.m., I noticed a commotion at the Bibi bar. A very intoxicated man was leaning over the counter, grabbing at our female bartender, who was clearly uncomfortable. As I approached, I recognized him immediately. Porn Deshaun Morris, star wide receiver, and the night's game levy. "Sir, I need you to step back from the bar," I said firmly, positioning myself between him and the bartender. He looked down at me and laughed. "Are you security? They send a little girl to talk to me?" His entourage joined in the laughter, phones already recording. "Sir, you can either step back and enjoy your night respectfully or I'll need to escort you out." I maintained eye contact despite having to look up at his 6'4" frame. What happened next became viral footage, minus he attempted to shove past me. I executed a perfect hip toss and suddenly Miami's football hero was on the ground looking confused. Before his entourage could react, I had him in a controlled position and was walking him toward the exit. "You are done for," he slurred as his friends collected him outside. "Nobody embarrasses me like that." His manager called our owner that night, demanding I be fired, but seemed that our security cameras backed up my version of events and I kept my job. But the viral videos led to weeks of online harassment and threats from fans. Then Hurricane Eliza hit Miami in June. My apartment building was destroyed. Insurance complications left me homeless and eventually jobless when Voltage temporarily closed due to flooding damage by August. I was working night shifts as a hospital janitor while sleeping in my car, showering at a gym, and trying to rebuild my life. One night while mopping the ER waiting room, I heard a familiar voice. "Aren't you the security guard from Voltage?" I looked up to see Deshaun Morris sitting with his wrist wrapped in a temporary splint. My heart sank. "Please, I am just trying to work," I said quietly, avoiding eye contact. He stood up and approached. "What are you doing mopping floors?" Exhaustion broke my usual guard and I briefly explained my situation. He listened silently, then pulled out his phone. "Give me your number. Look, I don't want trouble. Just give me your number," he repeated more gently. "You handled me with more respect than I deserved that night. Most bouncers would have hurt me or humiliated me worse." The next morning his manager called. Deshaun was launching a community initiative for hurricane victims and wanted me to run security for it, at triple my former Voltage salary. When I arrived at the address they provided, it wasn't an office but a fully furnished apartment. "It's yours for 6 months, rent-free," his manager explained. "The job offer is real too. Deshaun said to tell you that real champions admit when they've been bested and learn from it." 2 weeks later, Deshaun visited the first relief event I was managing. Without cameras around, he extended his hand. "I was a drunk idiot that night," he said simply. "You did your job with integrity. My mother saw that video and called to chew me out for disrespecting a woman who was just doing her job. Today, I still run security for his foundation while Voltage rebuilds." Sometimes life's most surprising saves come from the last people you'd expect.